Hey there. Looks like we are live. And let's see, are we streaming on Rumble? Not sure on that. Let's see. Just checking again real quick. Okay, so it says we are good on both YouTube and Rumble. All right, let me switch over to comments, see if anybody's watching. It says one person is. Okay, we are starting with, whoops, there we go. All right, so we are on move 45. So it'll be exchange Thomas 3 on the right, no shed reversals, and exchange 3 on the left, and no shed reversals. I will probably be checking Rumble chats a little less often than YouTube ones, just because it's a little more difficult to see. Alrighty. So exchanging 3 on the right. So 1, 2, and 3. And no shed reversals. So all from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And exchange 3 on the left. There's 3. And no shed reversals, so on the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. And on to move 46. All right, so we do Thomas 5 exchanged on the right, no shed reversals. Thomas 5 exchanged on the left, no reversals. And I may have to get another monitor for this. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And all from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And all from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on the left, 5 is exchanged. There we go. And no shed reversal, so all from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And moving on to 47. No exchanges, no reversals. No exchanges, no reversals. It's just the base moves. There we go. Okay, there we go. Just checking something on YouTube. Always wants me to say that it's not for kids. Otherwise, people can't chat. That might have been reason why nobody could chat. I apologize if that's the case. All right, so no exchanges, no reversals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And it's getting pretty warm up here in the upstairs since the weather's been kind of decent as of late. So I'm probably going to need to get the fan set up here. Hey, Jennifer. Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you on. Looks like I've got StreamYard working okay, streaming on YouTube and Rumble. There we go. And we are moving on to move 48. So exchanging 1 on the right, no reversals. Exchanging 1 on the left, no reversals. And exchanging 1 on the right, no reversals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I measured last night, and I am at 31 out of a estimated 60 inches for this braid. So a little over halfway through. Not sure how quickly I'm going to get it done. I was hoping to get it done in the next 2 weeks, but that's probably a little optimistic. But we'll see how it goes. And exchanging 1 on the left. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. But the weather's good. My 3D printer seems to be working okay now since I've done the upgrade. Still has some calibrations and stuff that I should do to it, but not too bad. And we are moving on to 49. So 1 and 3 on the right, and shed 1 is reversed, and whoops, I made a mistake. Shed 1 was reversed on the left. So I will have to go back and undo that move and redo it. But then the next one is 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. So let me fix that mistake real quick since I didn't notice it. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And this goes back through. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And this one goes back through here. Now the proper way, shed 1 is reversed, so 1 from the top, and the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. And from the shed 2 is reversed, or shed 1 is reversed, so second half is from the bottom 1, the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. So now both sides will be 1 and 3 and 1. So Tama's 1 are exchanged, and Tama's 3 are exchanged. Hey, Selena. Welcome. If I catch them quickly, fairly easy to fix. If I do not catch them quickly, after about probably 5 to 10 moves, it's just not worth it unless it's a really egregious mistake. I found that both the Maridai and the Takadai, one of the things for being able to improve your skill at understanding the braid is having to unbraid for a bit. So shed 1 is reversed. So from the top, 1, and from the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And from the bottom, 1, and the top, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. It's also one of the reasons why it's very helpful to carefully check how your braid looks as you're doing it. I haven't done it yet, but I know a lot of people who do the Taka-Dai have a mirror set up here so they can view the back side as well as the front side, because some mistakes you don't really catch if you're only looking at the top. Okay, so 1 and 3 on the left are exchanged. So there's 1 and 3. And shed 1 is reversed. So first one from the top and second from the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Whoops. 1 too many counted. I was off by 1. There we go. And starting from the bottom, 1, and the top, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. Just do a quick check on the bottom. Yep, that looks good too. Alrighty. Yes, he has, Jennifer. It's going to be a little robot. As a matter of fact, I think I don't have it on this, but I think I can bring it up on the Discord. No, I can't, because they just switched the way that it goes. So I will have to do the picture next time. Actually, no, wait a minute. I can do it. I have it on my phone. Give me a second here. Let me email it to myself, and then I can do it on the screen, so you don't have to look at my phone to do it. All right, so, all right. Compose to me. Attachment, attach file. Let me find it really quick. There we go. And send. Okay. Give me another couple seconds here for it to process through. It's going to be a dark red and a gray. All right. And download that. There we go. Close that window. Present. Slides. Actually, let's see. Whoops. I share screen. Give me a second here. Let me cancel that. Sorry for the delay. Let's see. Banners, brand. Okay. Okay. Again, sorry for the delay. Should have it up in a few seconds. Downloads. There we go. bring that up. Let's go back to StreamYard. Present. Share. See if this works. No, it doesn't. Okay, so present, share screen, window. There we go. Alrighty. Hopefully you can see that now. Let me check and see what. There we go. Yep, you can see that, and it's going to be a red border and a dark gray background, and on the back side it'll be a gray border on the robot and a dark red background. So let me stop sharing this and go back to the okay, there we go. Hope that wasn't too much of a delay there. Yeah, I think Rob will really like it. He's given his okay on it, so I've supposed to order the thread. I still haven't yet, but I'm a couple weeks out from being able to start his, so that shouldn't be a major problem. Let me just get things back in order here real quick. Nobody's chatting on Rumble. Alrighty. And so, all right, just did move 49, and we're moving on to 50. So it's 1 and 3 and 1, and 1 and 3 and 1. There we go. And there's 1. This one should drop a little bit lower. Whoops, I realized I'm a little off center there. There we go. So that was 1 and 3. There we go. And shed 1 is reversed. So from the top, 1, and then the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. And 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. So 1 and 3. And shed 1 is reversed. So 1, 2. Oops. I did file my nails beforehand, but I'm thinking the glass file I'm using is a little too rough. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That one's a little short. Let's roll that down a bit. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. And do you like this version or would you prefer this version? On to move 51, 1, 3, and 5 on the right with shed 1 reversed, 1, 3, and 5, and shed 1 reversed on the left. So 1, 3, 3, 4, and 5. And shed 1 is reversed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on the left, 1, 3, and 5. So there's 1. 3 and 5. And shed 1 is reversed. So from the top, 1, and the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hey, we're up to 3 people. Welcome to the stream, who's ever new. Feel free to ask questions or just watch as you like. You're welcome either way. And from the bottom, 1, and the top, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. Alrighty, and it's time for a coma slide. And let's do a little more on the take-up reel. I just noticed I missed one of the turns to the reel, so I'm probably about like 33 or 34 inches. Sorry about the head in the way of the camera. Alrighty. Let's see. There we go. And on to move 52. 1 and 3 and 1 on the right, and 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. And we're going to be doing this for a while, so I won't keep bringing this up until we start changing it. So we're on 52. Hey, Bane, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you on. I'm actually managing to dual stream, supposedly. It's telling me that I'm good. Hey, Mighty Mirror Wifey. Mighty Mirror Wife. Let me try that again. Mighty Mirror Wifey. Welcome to the stream, or welcome back to the stream. Thank you very much for the enjoying the rhythm. There we go. I should do that more often. And so 1 and 3 and 1 on the right. That's 1 and 3. There we go. Did I? Oops. Looks like I bumped that one. Okay, there we go. That looks good. Shed 1 is reversed. So from the top, 1, bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And from the bottom, 1, and top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on the left, 1 and 3 and 1 as well. There's the 1. There's the 3. And then we get into the shed reversal. So from the top, 1 and bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I've got 561 subscribers on YouTube and 9 on Rumble. So we'll see if anybody actually watches from there. But it's supposed to be helpful for expanding your subscriber base, so I'm hoping that'll work. Now that I got the 3D printer done, I'll be able to post a lot more 3D printing time-lapse shorts, which helps drive traffic here and get more people to see it. Alrighty. Moving on to move 53. 1 and 3 and 1 on the right and the left. And 1 and 3. And from the top, 1, bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm not getting Ian on tonight, or probably not Thursday night either. He's traveling, which is going to make jumping on a stream very difficult. But I am trying to make up a nice list and a bunch of slides to have it be an interesting visit for him. But it'll probably be this weekend or later. And I'm looking forward with a chance to talk to him. Alrighty, and from the top, 1, and the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And the bottom 1, and the top, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Welcome, Mara van der Linden. Not sure I've seen you on stream before. If not, welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy the show. We are moving on to 54, and if you haven't seen it before, this is the braid pattern. Let me go ahead and hide that so you can see everything. All right, so on the right, we're going to exchange Thomas 1 and 3, counting from here going forward, and then shed 1 is reversed, so I go from the top instead of the bottom for the first, and from the bottom instead of the top for the second move, and then the rest of the way forward will be the opposite way. And same thing on the left, exchanging 1 and 3, and shed 1 is reversed. And in a couple more moves, we'll start the cross guard portion here, and then I'll bring them up again regularly. There we go. Oh, there's keystrokes to switch back and forth in between. That'll save me some time. I won't have to grab the mouse as much. Okay, so we are on move 54. And 1 and 3 and 1. And from the top, 1, and then the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And from the bottom, 1, 2, and the top, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on the left, 1 and 3 and 1. There's 1 and 3. And shed 1 is reversed, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I've been listening to horror copy-paste, copy-pasta stuff on YouTube lately that I've been enjoying. All right, we are moving on to move 55. And it's again 1 and 3 and 1 on both sides. So there is the 1, there is the 3, and shed 1 is reversed. So from the top 1 and the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And from the bottom 1, top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And just going to check real quick, see if anybody's posting on Rumble. Nope. Alrighty, so and 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. There's the 1. There's the 3. And shed 1 is reversed. So from the top 1 and the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That one's a little short. Let's roll that out a bit. There we go. And from the bottom 1 and the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on to move 56. It's still 1 and 3 and 1 on both sides, but the next move will be different. And 1 and 3. And shed 1 is reversed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 3, and 1 on the left. There's 1 and 3. And 1 from the top and 2 from the bottom. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And from the bottom 1 and top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And well, apparently the keyboard thing is Shift 7. Okay, it's not worth it for the... All right, so we have moved on to 57. 1 and 3 and 1 on the right. 1, 3, and 7 on the left. And sheds 1 and 4 are reversed. And 1 and 3. And shed 1 is reversed on the right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on the left, 1 and 3 and 7. So there's 1 and 3. And 7. So 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And sheds 1 and 4 are reversed. So from the top 1, from the bottom 2, 3, from the top 4, and from the bottom 5, 6, 7, and 8. That looks right. And from the bottom 1, and the top 2 and 3, and the bottom 4, and the top 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on to move 58. 1 and 3 and 1 on the right. It's going to stay that way for a while. And 1 and 3 and 7 on the left, and sheds 1 and 4 are reversed. And 1 and 3. And shed 1 is reversed, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That one's a little short. Let's roll that out a bit more. And 1 from the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the top. There we go. And 1, 3, and 7 on the left. So here's 1. And 3. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And sheds 1 and 4 reverse, so 1 from the top, 2 and 3 from the bottom, 4 from the top, 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the bottom. It's a little short. Let's roll it out a little bit. I'm doing my best to keep my verbal tics from being and whatever. So 1 from the bottom, 2 and 3 from the top, 4 from the bottom, and 5, 6, 7, and 8. And somewhere along the way, that one, there we go. Hold one thread off of it. And from the top, pull that through and to the top on the other side. And get the mouse in the right spot. There we go. We are moving on to 59. 1 and 3 and 1 on the right. And 1, 3, 7, and 9 on the left. Sheds 1 and 4 are reversed. Okay. And 1 and 3. 3 on the right with shed 1 reversed. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That one could use drop a little bit more. Oops. That's the one that needs to go through. And 1 from the bottom and top. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. And on the left, 1, 3, 7, and 9. So there's 1. And 3. And 7. And 9. With sheds 1 and 4 are reversed. So 1 from the top, 2 and 3 from the bottom, 4 from the top, and 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the bottom. And 1 from the bottom, 2 and 3 from the top, 4 from the bottom, and 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the top. And make sure that's low enough. There we go. And moving on to move 60. 1 and 3 and 1 on the right, and on the left, 1, 3, 7, and 9, 1 and 4. And 1 and 3. There we go. Shed 1 is reversed, so from the top first, and then the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. So anything anybody want to know about or chat about? 1 from the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the top. Am I not explaining things good enough, or am I being overly verbose? And on the left, 1, 3, 7, and 9. So there's 1, and that one could go down a bit more. And 3. Three, 4, 5, 6. And 7. And 9. Go. And from the top, 1, and the bottom, 2 and 3. From the top, 4, bottom, 5, 6, 7, 8. And from the bottom, 1, and the top, 2 and 3, bottom, 4, top, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. I can understand not wanting to get chicken on the mouse. My wife is also a fan of kimchi, so. Not bad, making your own kimchi. My wife has been thinking about that, but hasn't done it yet. I don't particularly like cabbage, so I'm not all that hot on kimchi. All right, so we're moving on to 61, which is 1 and 3 and 1 on the right, 1, 3, 7, and 9, and sheds 1 and 4 on the left. And the next move will be changing it up a bit. Okay. Just checking a couple other things, making sure everything's going all right. Nobody needs any intervention. And there we go. Okay, so everything's looking good. Except that that's not. There we go. Wants to keep. There we go. Had some tabs that it wanted to keep up. So 1 and 3 and 1 on the right. I tried fermenting for pickles, and it turned into a biological hazard thing. So apparently I do not have a talent for that. Also tried pickling onions, didn't work either. And 1 from the top, and whoops, before I start, it's time for coma slide. Almost forgot. And it's time for the view from the back of my head. There we go. And shed 1 is reversed, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the top. And on the left, 1, 3, 7, and 9 again. There is 1 and 3 and 7 and 9. Go. And shed 1 and 4 reverse, so 1 from the top, 2 and 3 from the bottom, 4 from the top, 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the bottom. And from the bottom 1, top 2 and 3, bottom 4, top 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hello, Jennifer. Or what was the oops for? Oh, I got it. Never mind. Sorry, I'm slow. I apologize for that. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. So, whacking the camera. Okay. Alrighty, and on to move 62. 1 and 3 and 1 on the right, and on the left, 1, 5, 7, and 9, and sheds 1 through 4 are reversed. That'll be interesting. Alrighty, so there's 1 and 3 on the right. And shed 1 is reversed, so from the top 1 and the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And from the bottom 1, top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. And from the left, 1, 5, 7, and 9. So here's 1. Let's drop that down far enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. Oops, that's 9, sorry. Almost grabbed the wrong one there. And shed 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4 reverse. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. And next move. On to 63. 1 and 3 and 1 on the right. Then we'll start changing. On the left, 1, 3, and 9, and shed 1 is reversed. There's 1 and 3. And shed 1 is reversed, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And there we go. And on the left, 1, 3, and 9. So here's 1. And 3. One of these jumped the railing. And these are a little tangled up. Okay, so that one is there, and this is the one that goes back. There we go. So 1, 3, and 9. And shed 1 is reversed. So 1 from the top and from the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And from the bottom 1 and the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. There we go. And moving on to 64, just 1 on the right, and shed 1 is reversed. 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 on the left, and shed 1 is reversed. And that's the end of the, so just 1 on the right. That's the end of the crossguard on the left side. And shed 1 is reversed, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, and 3, 5. From here it's easy. Basically, I'm moving the blue ones back down to the bottom. So 7. And 9. And after this, it'll be 1 and 3 and 1 on the left until we get to the tip of the sword. So shed 1 is reversed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. And moving on to move 65, 1 and 3 on the right with sheds 1 and 2 reversed, and just 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. There we go. A little bit of sharing bane. And 1 and 3 on the right with sheds 1 and 2 reversed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on the left, 1 and 3 and 1. I will say adding rubberized feet to the Taka-Dai so it doesn't slide around as much on this hardwood floor was definitely a good thing. Makes it a lot easier to reposition the braid so it's centered between the rails. And shed 1 is reversed, so from the top 1 and the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. And from the bottom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Well, Larry Correa's Tower of Silence is out. I will probably be picking it up on Kindle today, though we'll probably wait till the audiobook is out to actually read it. Alrighty. And we're moving on to move 66. 1 and 3 and sheds 1 and 3 are reversed on the right, and 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. Yep, sharing is caring. Let's see. Just looking through some of the commands here. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. Yes, I know alrighty is a tick I have, but it seems to be not a horrible one from my impressions. Alrighty. And so 1 and 3 and sheds 1 and 3. There is 1. And there is 3. And shed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 for Jenny and the whip. Because that is what keeps going through my head when I do 1 and 3 and 1. Because it reminds me of the Frantic's Taekwon Leap comedy skit. And well, it may not be Taekwon Leap. It might be a different one, but Last Will and Temperament is the one. And 1 from the top, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And from the bottom 1, and top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I think I might have to start bringing up eye drops because my eyes are starting to get a little sore. And I don't want to end the stream early if I don't have to. Alrighty, so we are moving on to 67. So 1, 3, and 5 on the right, sheds 1 and 3 are reversed, and 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. And 1 and 3 and 5. My garlic likes my wife. My wife likes garlic, but she hasn't gotten to grinding. Sorry, her own garlic powder yet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Starting to get close to the leaders, so that's a good sign. And 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. And I leave my entire fortune of $10 million to the people of Calgary so they can afford to move somewhere decent. Which is right after. And to my lawyer, I leave a rabid Tasmanian devil in his shorts. Or to be placed in his trousers. So 1 from the top, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the bottom. And from the bottom, 1, the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Dead puppies aren't much fun. And then my mind just went to the fish heads song. Sorry about that. Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads, eat them up young. All right, on to 68. 1, 3, 5, and 7 on the right. Sheds 1 and 3 are reversed, and 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. So 1. Let's roll that 1 out enough. 1, 3, 3, 4, 5. No, it's a it's the song that played on Dr. Demento. It's definitely not a an aristocrat song. It's like I took a fish head out to see a movie. Didn't even have to pay to get it in. Fish heads never sit in Italian. Fish heads never sit in French cafes drinking an Italian espresso with Oriental women. Yeah. No, definitely not Disney. All right, so, and shed 1 and 3 are reversed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I used to listen to Dr. Demento a lot as a kid. So I've got some really weird songs stuck in my head. Like the ABCs of dead Russian leaders. A. Andropov. B. Brezhnev. C. Chernyenko. It's the ABCs of dead Russian leaders. Ukrainian uranium bread. That was right after Chernobyl when it came out. One and 3 and 1 on the right, or on the left. Star Trip, which is different than Star Trekking Across the Universe. This is Captain James T. Quirk of the Starship, and I better stop it there. It's probably not safe for YouTube. Not that they're bad words, they're just very suggestive. So 1 from the top, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. It was played over broadcast radio, so it's not too bad. But I'd rather not get a community strike if I don't have to have one. At least not before I get monetized. Because I probably won't want to do that for a while if I do get one. I'm on Rumble, but I'm also still on YouTube, which is where you're chatting. And alrighty. We are almost into the final stretch for the sword blade. On to 69, so 1, 3, and 7 on the right, shed 1 reversed, 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. Well, apparently my singing hasn't driven too many people away. We're still at 3 people on YouTube. 1, 3, and 7. 1, 3, and 7. I will be really glad when my live streams get into the double digits of attendees. I'm really looking forward to that. All right, and shed 1 is reversed, so 1 from the top, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And the left is 1 more for Jenny and the Wimp. And I should be careful not to get too much into the comedy routines and stuff like that. I don't think it'll trigger an automatic copyright strike, and I'm too small of a channel for anybody to really be interested at the moment, but hey, you can dream. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Of course, the scary thing is I think I've got more subscribers than 99% of the people on YouTube. 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if he was going to change his mind. He's going to be on tonight or not, because I know he was going to be on Crowder tomorrow, but he wound up being on Crowder today. All right, so move 70. 1, 3, and 7, and shed 1 on the right, 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. And after this, it's going to be 1 and 3 and 1 on both sides for quite a while, until about probably 16 moves or so. Alrighty. And whoops, it is coma slide time. There we go. 1 and 3 and 7. So there's 1, 3, and 7. And shed 1 is reversed, and this is the end of the crossguard for this sword. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. And shed 1 is reversed, so 1 from the top, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Oh, Bane, I don't think I mentioned it, but when I upgraded to the official build of Clipper, I tried to flash my motherboard, and it did not work. And it took a little bit to figure out what was going on wrong, but apparently to flash a Robin Nano motherboard for the FL Sun printers, you need a SD card formatted FAT32 and an MBR system. Okay, so on to 71. 1 and 3 on 1 on the right, 1 and 3 and 1 on the left, and we keep going that way for quite some time. There we go. And, well, we're about an hour and 15 minutes in. That's pretty good. I don't think I'm going to get to the end of the sword tonight, though. But we've done that much so far. I will try and get maybe 1 or 2 marathon sessions this weekend, see how far I can get. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Oh, Bane, did you get a chance to watch the update on Nick's lawsuit? They filed their response, and hopefully on the 10th it will get summary judgment. Kind of sad to think that a completely baseless lawsuit, and he already has had to pay more than 60 grand on it. 1 and 3 and 1 on the right, or I mean on the left. I'll get a chance to meet him in person in about 2.5 weeks when he's here for the Philadelphia show. And 1 on the top, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 on the bottom. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on to move 72. And 1 and 3 and 1 on both. Yeah, my guess is that was about using the Krupp's grinder for grinding up the garlic. And 1 from the top, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. There we go. And that one could go a little lower. There we go. 1 from the top, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I lost count somewhere. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That looks right. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Drop that down a little bit. And moving on to move 73. 1 and 3 and 1, and 1 and 3 and 1. So, whoops, that one jumped a little bit. There we go. And 1 from the top, and from the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and nope, I lost count. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. That's right. And 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. I'm getting real close to the leaders. Once I hit the leaders, I've got about 20, 24 inches and I'm done. So it should be pretty soon now. And shed 1 is reversed, so 1 from the top, and the bottom is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And from the bottom, 1, and the top, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, caught up on the chat. Yeah, it's almost entirely the lawsuit update, but if you're interested in that, it's a fairly good one. Okay, we are on to move 74. 1 and 3 and 1, 1 and 3 and 1. Oh, speaking of things that should be done outside, boiling down tree sap for maple syrup. I read a story of somebody who wasn't aware of that, and they did it in their house, and all of their cabinets buckled and warped in the kitchen. Which is kind of a sad story. So, but yeah, I kind of understand when you're reducing down like 5 gallons of sap down to like maybe a cup or 2. That's going to be a lot of water that goes in the air. And there we go. And 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. There's 1. And then there's 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Well, we've been doing it just a little less than an hour and a half. Next move is 75. I think I'm going to go ahead and stop here for the night. Does anybody have anything they need before I call it a stream? Just check a few other things real quick, make sure everything went all right. It says we got 10 people viewed on tonight. 3 concurrent is our highest. I think, let's see. Oh, we actually hit like 5 for a second there. That's interesting. Apparently it's, when I create it in StreamYard, it tracks it from the creation in StreamYard. Alrighty. Hey, Vegan Lion, welcome to the stream. Well, if we got somebody new on, I'll keep going for a little bit. All right, so we're at move 75. We exchange 1 and 3 on, and shed 1 is reversed on the right, and 1 and 3 and shed 1 is reversed on the left. My roommate's cat at one point would occasionally walk across her laptop keyboard and send weird emails out. Okay, so 1 and 3 and 1 on the right. If you have any questions, Vegan Lion, please feel free to ask them. I'll probably be on another 10 minutes. I'm going to probably try and get another 5 moves in. It's a little toasty where I'm at. So I'm kind of ready for some hydration. And from the bottom 1 and the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I'm counting the even number of strings going up by that amount. So if you want the actual number, multiply times 2. And 1 and 3 and 1 on the left, so we exchange the first set of tamas. And the third set of tamas. And shed 1 is reversed, so I'll start 1 at the top and the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Take the back one, pass it through the shed to the front on the right, bottom. And from the bottom 1, top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And for this section of the blade design, we just keep repeating this for a while. Hey, well, definitely welcome. I'm glad you have been watching them. I hope you've been enjoying them. All right, we are moving on to move 76, which is the same again. One of the nice things about the software I'm using is I can keep designing it. You can actually make a fairly complex braid where each move is different. Or you can do one that's fairly repetitive like this one. Oops, sorry. Don't mean to whack the camera. From the top 1, bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. There is 1 and 3. And 1 on the top, and from the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And moving on to move 77. Oh, I'm sorry, Selena. I apologize for that. Missed that question. I have been working on it. Let me do a quick check here. Bringing it up on so I can tell you for certain. Checking my YouTube channel. And my channel. And live. Okay, it looks like my first one was about 3 weeks ago, and I spent about 12 hours prior to that setting up the thread. So, yeah, it was. If you go back through my list, I started at Taka-Dai or Kumihimo Taka-Dai braiding stream 33. So, sorry for the delay getting you that answer. Yeah, these braids here, if you make them a decent length, do take a while to finish. All right, so I said I was moving on to 77. Okay, so 1 and 3 and 1. Or did I just finish 77? No, I'm 1 and 3 and 1. Okay. Got to be careful, or these swords and handles will be slightly different lengths as I go through. And 1 from the top, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the bottom. And 1 from the bottom, and the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. There's the 1. There's the 3. And shed 1 is reversed, so 1 from the top and from the bottom. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That one needs to be rolled out a little bit more. And 1 from the bottom. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the top. Yeah, these braids tend to run from like 40 to 80 hours to finish, depending on how long I make them. If I make them really long, I could probably get 100 hours into one. Needless to say, I don't tend to sell these because most people can't afford the amount of work that goes into them. So I'm on to 78. And 1 and 3. And shed 1 is reversed, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. And 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. So the things that will help me if you guys feel the urge, which you're not required to do, obviously, is to like, share, and in my case, the more videos you can watch to increase my hours watched, that will be helpful when it's time for me to get monetized. Because I'm only at about 1,400 watch hours for the last 365 days, and I need to get up to 4,000 by the time I hit 1,000 subscribers to get monetized. Otherwise, it's going to take even longer until I get enough people watching for long enough to get me there. If you don't want to do that, that's perfectly fine. I'm just happy to share this, but if you guys want to help, that's what helps. Guys being metaphorical, you all. It's kind of the language I grew up with. Not quite the California where dude is everything. Even the car keys are dude. Alrighty. On to move 79. Oops. I am at coma slide time, so we rotate the coma blocks, move the braid forward, keep the point of braiding angle back as similar as possible. A little bit on the take-up wheel here. There we go. Now 1 and 3 and 1. Oh, if you want to see what it's like to set this up, I did all of the setup for this particular braid on my locals page. They're subscriber-only posts. My monthly my monthly subscriber rate is $2 a month, so hopefully that's not too expensive if that's something that interests you. 1 from the top and from the bottom. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And the address for that is torin3.locals.com. I probably should hype that a bit more. So 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And you can see my absolutely messy braiding room, which I'm horribly embarrassed to have people see. So, but some people wanted to see how I set it up, so I did my best to accommodate. Hopefully, eventually it'll be clean enough that I can do setups without feeling embarrassed. And come on, you can come untangled. There we go. And 1 from the top. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 80 is the next move, and that's where I'll start up Thursday night. Give me a second here to catch up on where things are going. Thank you for stopping by, Selena. Ian has been very helpful on retweeting my links for his braid, so I really appreciate that. He's definitely a nice guy for that regards. He's a nice guy in general. All right, so catching up here. Let's see. And the next braid I'm going to do, Selena, is for Rob from Law and Lumber. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Catching up. Let's see. I've considered doing some stuff with epoxy and wood, but haven't done it yet. Yes, Vegan Lion. My first one was for Nick. As a matter of fact, let me let's see. You can kind of see it in the background there. When I end the stream, I'll leave it up with the Nick braid up there. Yep, it was I think Tuesday of last week that Nick showed it. I've clipped it out. I need to actually save it as a separate video and then upload it as a short on mine. Let's see, new comments. Ooh. Okay, let's see. Give me a second and I will post the link in chat for the short. Let's see. I posted it to Facebook, so did that on my profile. Come on. Sorry, I don't mean to make you folks wait. All right, there we go. Let's see. There we go. Copy. There we go. Actually, I think I can. I don't think Nick will mind. Let me see if I can share this. So let me unshare this one, and let's see. Present. Um, Stop screen. There we go. Share screen. Share. Let me do that. And pause that. There we go. Go full screen with that. Okay, almost got it ready. Um, all right, there we go. All right, so share, go full screen here. All right, let's see if that goes.
This is from another viewer who live streamed the creation of this. This is from Torin. Torin does very complicated braiding. So they braided this whole thing. It's like long. This took so many hours to make. So it's really cool. And the whole thing is live streamed on their YouTube channel. Where they make these things, and I think they're making another YouTuber's braid right now. So very cool. Thank you to Torin for that.
There we go. Get that off. There we go. Okay, there we go. I'm back now. Sorry about that. All right, let's see. I hope that was helpful. Let's see. Yep, the next one will be Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 Central and 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific. And I think we all have that down. Let's see. Yeah, I was as long as I let Nick know, he's fine with it. He doesn't do copyright strikes, and I definitely point people to his channel, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. Hey, I'm not sure how to mute it at this point, so all right, let's see. Well, Ian's going to get his before Rob, so sorry for the coughing. So, did anybody else need anything? I'm going to go ahead and start shutting things down here. Thank you again, everybody, for joining the stream. I appreciate that. You're all wonderful people, and thank you for helping me with my stream, my channel. Thank you for liking and sharing, and everybody have a good night. Let me check, make sure that I haven't missed any chats. I don't think I got any on Rumble. I'll have to check and see if anybody actually watched on Rumble. I kind of doubt it, but looks like I might have actually gotten some views on that. Okay, so all right, so the next move for Thursday, I start at move 80. Go ahead and close that down. And okay. Night, everybody. And oh, okay. We will see you on Thursday night. Let's see, I'm gonna remove Rumble real quick. And then we'll go ahead and end broadcast. Have a good evening, all.